My name is Anders Lind, and I'm a composer and I'm a sound artist, and I work as an associate artistic professor at the Department of Creative Studies at Umeå University in Sweden. And as a composer, I work with electronics, a lot with electronic sounds. I'm interested in electronics, and I compose music for orchestras. I compose music for symphony orchestra, chamber orchestra, often in combination with electronic sounds and electronic instruments. And I create also interactive sound art experiences. Lines is an interactive sound art exhibition which I've created. The ambition was to explore lines as music instruments, so to speak, and explore the concept of lines as a music concept. Using electronics and sensors to be able to have people, regardless music background, to be able to participate in orchestra performances. So this Lines exhibition, it's a participatory sound art exhibition which welcomes people regardless of their musical backgrounds. And the ambition has been to work and an experiment with electronic sounds and how to perform electronic sounds in as an orchestra. Using the body, using the movements of the body as new instrument interfaces, and to be able to collaborate, work together to create orchestra textures and music together. So it's a sort of exploration of music and sounds, and exploring also the experience of being part of an orchestra together. I think it's, in particular, this kind of work, it's interdisciplinary work. It's takes different experience and different knowledge from different fields. It's both a music field, but as well the visual field, and as well as, of course, the technology. And it's very interesting to put this kind of exhibition and sound art into the context of a museum working with interdisciplinary fields, and see what happens, because, and also science, music have a lot in common. It's a lot of things in music. It's about mathematics, and it's about organization, and it's about structures, and concepts which could be related. And we can get new understandings of both the music and the world, and how things are organized in the world by being together in this type of experiences, in this type of sound art exhibitions, I believe. And I think that's an interesting aspect to explore. You go down. And you go up. And we go down. I have been interested in all my career as an artist, a composer. I've been interested in the meeting between technology and art, and technology and music and sound. And for me, it's both. In one hand, you have the possibilities to create other type of sounds, and with the use of technology and the electronics. You disconnect the sounds from the acoustical body. If you think of the traditional instruments, for instance, the piano or the violin, which is, the sounds are deeply connected to the physical bodies of the instruments. And when you work with electronic sounds, these constraints are taken away. So you can actually work with the sounds in new ways. Both as a composer, I think that's very interesting aspects. The sounds, how you can manipulate sounds, how you can use sounds from your environment. You can record sounds from the forest or your near environments, and manipulate those sounds in a musical way and put that in a musical context to create new experiences. That's one aspect which I believe is very interesting as a composer. But then we also have the other aspects, which is a lot of things integrated in this sound art exhibition, The Lines, where the technology also could enable people to participate in new ways or interact in new ways. If we have think of the traditional instruments, the violins and the cellos and in the orchestra, they are very complex, both for good and for bad. For good, of course, it offers a lot of variations in the musical expression, but it also demands a very high need for the performer to be able to work with the instrument. You need to practice like 10,000 hours, or they used to say, to get an expert on the instrument, to be able to perform and to be able to start making music. By using the technology, we can overcome such issues. So we can overcome these by making interfaces which is easy accessed, and connect these by using sensors. For instance, in this exhibition where I use distance sensor to be able to have people be able to participate and interact with the instruments more easily. And then, because for me, music is about the sounds, and it's about how sounds organize together, and how what happens in the organization of the sounds, when the silence between the noise and everything about that. And to be able to listen, you also need to be able to perform. And when to perform, if it's very hard to perform, then it cuts off a lot of people. So this is also one of the main aspects for me to work with this type of interactive technology. It makes it possible to have other groups to be able to participate and also listen when and hopefully also experience new things about music. Yeah, it's always new things coming to a new space, meeting new people, in the interaction between the sounds, the people, the space, and the moment and the time. There are always things happening that you cannot expect before. And for me, it's interesting to see and to experience when people like coming from this more chaotic situations, and then all of a sudden the whole room transforms into more some group which have a common objective. And that's for me when it really is interesting, when people are coming together because of the sounds and what they hear, and they staying in the moment when performing music together. Yeah.